Here we are at Arabian Travel Market.
Again?
Again. Give us an update.
No, it's. I mean, the update is very simple. I look around the corridors. I look around the halls. You cannot even move. It's crowded. It took me an hour and a half to get to the exhibition today because everybody seems to be coming here. So this is a very simple sign. Business is booming. There's a lot of positivity in the marketplace. There's more booths here than ever before. People are investing money, showcasing what they do and showcasing why this market is important. So if you put all this together, for me, it's. I live here with a lot of positiveness and a great conviction that the industry is here to stay.
So how important is the role the travel and tourism industry plays in the world today?
Look, it's very interesting. A lot of people ask me, what do you do for a living? And I tell them, I work for an industry that brings happiness and the industry of peace. We are the industry that connects cultures. We are the industry that connects nations. We are the industry that connects religions, genders. That's what we do. We are the industry that brings happiness and peace to the world. And I really mean that. And I'm really happy to be serving this industry for the last 35 years.
That's fantastic to hear. So tell me a little bit about WYNDHAM and your presence here in this market.
Look, we've been in this market many years. This is an important market for us. Actually, it's a market that we always knew it has enormous potential. I think during COVID and after COVID, this market has proven two things about the industry. First of all, the resilience. It was a market that never really closed. And it's a market that's shown the biggest rate of growth just after COVID. That to me, it's a showcase why WYNDHAM was the right place to be, is the right place to be for WYNDHAM, and why WYNDHAM is going to continue to grow and develop in the market. And it's not just the GCC, it's the whole of the Middle East. I think this is a very buoyant, very strong and very resilient market. So we gotta be here.
Tell me a little bit about some of the projects.
Look, we signed, we've done a few things recently which are extremely interesting. So we've signed a distribution agreement with Signum Hotels and Resorts, who are growing both in India and in the Middle East. We've done an interesting announcement a couple of weeks ago, or actually a couple of days ago. We're growing the Super 8 brand in Spain and Portugal. So we've done Super 8 is one of these brands that I really love. It's an iconic brand.
It is, yeah.
We've got thousands of Super 8s across the world. So bringing Super 8 to Spain and Portugal, for me, it's a great opportunity. We're just signed something in Saudi Arabia, in Mecca, which again, it's very important to be in the holy city. And I think overall in the Middle East, it's not just about what you sign, it's the retention of your business, is the talent that you bring on board, and actually it's the inbound and the outbound. So not only we're interested in the inbound market, but we're very interested in the outbound market. So when people travel outbound from the Middle East, we want them to stay at a WYNDHAM property. So for us, it's a combination. It's not just about the Middle East, it's about outbound and inbound as well.
It's a double whammy.
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
I love it. Now, tell me a little bit, let's talk about the guests for a little while, right? So, tell me a little bit about the guest experience. Tell me about how that guest experience is evolving.
Look, a lot of people talk about experiences, right? Everybody talks about experiences these days, and a lifestyle and experiences. And let me tell you what my thoughts are. Lifestyle is different for everybody. You cannot categorize lifestyle. Your lifestyle is versus mine is different, right? And there's millions and actually 1.4 billion people that are going to travel around the world this year. Their lifestyle is different. So I kind of question that whole categorization on lifestyle, and that lifestyle is the new thing, because everybody's lifestyle is different. So that's one. Experiences. Not everybody travels for experiences. You get the blue-collar worker that is traveling on business. They don't look for experience. They look for a nice place to stay, to go to work the next day. You got the sales guy who travels for business. They don't look for experiences. You get the family. They only care about being reunited through experiences. So I think that whole world about experience is actually being a bit oversold recently. I think we need to go back to the basics. What does the customer want? When does he want it? And where? The moment you actually answer those questions and you tag onto these experiences, tailor-made for what this customer is looking for, then I think you've got a winning formula. But to talk about experiences just in a broad and vague manner, I think we're overdoing it as an industry. I think we need to go back to basics and tag those experiences as we go along.
I love it. Back to basics. Always brilliant insights from you.
Back to basics, because people have been traveling for 5,000 years. Do you think that people actually change their habits when they travel? Not really. They want a decent bed, they want safety, security, they want to feel comfortable, they want to have a nice place to stay in a great location at the right price. That has been the way my parents have been traveling, or were traveling 40 years, 50 years ago. What changes is the way we do it, where we do it. Remember, if you look today, how many destinations have actually opened? 40 years ago, nobody would travel to Baku. I was in Astana, in Kazakhstan, a month ago, packed. I was in Tbilisi, Georgia, packed. Who knew about Tbilisi, Georgia 40 years ago? That is the beauty of our industry. We're opening up new destinations, we're opening up new countries, and we are creating bonds between cultures. To me, that's the beauty of hospitality. We're actually creating bonds between cultures. So,
on that note, I want to thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure catching up.
Justin, as always, mate. As always.